Okay, so there are some people who always like to debate me when I say that I have documents or information that goes back into the 1700s. Okay, they're like, how to flip? Do you have what? Right? And I don't get into all the details of when I went through that journey of, because I'm really big on ancestry and I'm really big on family trees and I'm really big on that, right? Especially at a certain point in my life, right? Because this took years. It didn't take no like 2 days to do. Okay, this took years. All right. So I'm not some new person just jumping on something. Okay. No, this took years. Okay. So when I say that I have information going all the way back into the 1700s, I do. Okay. For those wondering how, whenever I'm going to explain something, African American and white America, we're going to cross up. Okay. We're going to cross up here. Okay. That's just the bottom line. All right. So whenever we're doing our family trees, African Americans will normally run into a brick wall at a certain point. We'll run into a brick wall. Okay. When I ran into my brick wall, I knew that I had to go and talk to white people. Okay. When I ran into my brick wall, I knew I had to go and talk to white people. Okay. So that's what I did. Okay. So, and I'm not going to reveal any names or anything because on the messages, right, I reached out and I knew that I would probably get a door slams, right? But and I did at first. I know I don't know. This was the message, no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have no, I don't have any information. No, I don't have any information. However, I knew that was probably not right because there's no way that you would be showing up the way you showed up if you don't have any information. So I think 2 years later, she responded and she said she was embarrassed to tell me. But they do know what happened. Okay. And so here are pieces of the message, and I don't want to give any locations or anything like that, but here are pieces of the message. Um, and these are ways you can go back into the 1700s and even sometimes beyond that, before that, um, depending on who you are able to speak with. But there are wills that date before the 1800s that will clue you into certain things and locations. And on one side of my family, when I went back to burial sites, I was shocked and amazed that I live in the exact same area, the exact same street almost as one of my distance. And I got that from war records. The place does not even exist right now. They were on the same street. Amazing, right? Burial sites. There's a lot of ways you can go back, but it takes time. So you want to look at wills. If you can talk to white people who are willing to reveal their knowledge of their family background when it pertains to yours, that's a good one. Everybody won't. Everybody won't. Um, if you can find the general area where your ancestors lived, go visit that area and try to find the oldest people that you can. Because people will remember the families. Like I could go to a city where I live, and if I say the last name, they won't know me, by my name. They'll know me by my family name. They'll say, "Oh, oh yeah, 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 yeah," because a lot of the older people still they are still there, and that family, and they can tell you a lot about things that happened there. Like even now in my city, if I go, I went and booked something one time, and they were like, "What's your name?" And they were like, "Well, what you from here?" And I was like, "Yeah." What's your name? And I said, "Well, my family name is this." "Oh shoot, come up here anytime. I know your whole family." And this goes back, when I say generations, generations. Like before I was born, my granddad and their parents goes way back. So you have to do that in order to get some documentation, or get some knowledge of what could have happened. But it was this particular lady who wrote those messages I put up. She was a white woman, and she was embarrassed to say, but she told me the whole story. I'm not going to put everything up she wrote. She told me the whole story. So that is how you can move beyond that brick wall. And also, if you want to go even further, you will also get brick walls when it comes to if you want to jump across the ocean and go to Africa that deep, because you're going to definitely get brick walls. However, you have to keep, I got a brick wall. Somebody didn't want to talk about it in the country of Ghana. There was uh-uh. But I didn't get a brick wall in Nigeria, in the country now known as Nigeria, in the area. Okay. And so that is where, and then I actually spoke with someone who is Igbo, who I'm a distant relative of, and they verified certain things. There are some people living in certain areas on the continent of Africa that have had that history passed on. Not a lot, but that have had that history of people, something that happened passed on in their family, and they never stopped telling the story. So if you can find those people, because I really talked to a lot of people, got cussed out by some people, got door slammed in my face by some people, but that's going to happen. Okay. It's all good, because you have to remember your goal. Your goal is to find, if you want to go that deep. Like I said, I'm still not even finished. My paternal grandmother's side is a trip. Now that's all over the place, right? That's all over the place. But that's the hardest lineage that I have. The hardest. The other ones are fairly easy, because my mother's lineage, it was told to us over and over. Family reunions, it was over and over. Boom, 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 boom. We have shirts, we have everything, names, everything. This. So we know what names to pull up when we want to know. But there are ways. Those are the few you want to look for: the burial grounds, wills. Talk to the white folks that you need to talk to. Okay, you know who to talk to based on ancestry. You know who to talk to, because it's gonna lead you right there. Okay, um, and so forth and so on. So that's how you can tell, and you can locate documents back into the 1700s.